Hello everyone, this is Bohemian Dreamer. Hope you are all doing okay. So today we are back with a new kind of video with new type of information. We wanted to let you know about the planning that we did for this whole Bangkok trip, and it was in a very low budget. If you are interested in a very low budget Bangkok Pattaya trip, then please stay tuned and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So first thing first is the cash. You need to carry a specific amount of cash or dollar that you can convert later, and you need to show this to the immigration personnel if he or she asks for it. So it was 20,000 Thai baht if you are going for a family, and it was 10,000 Thai baht if you are going solo when we visited. So yeah, it gets updated after a certain period of time. You will have to check for yourself what the budget is. One Thai baht is approximately 2.5 Indian rupees. You need to check the conversion rates as well. What you can do actually is that you can carry the cash, or you can carry a forex card. So we carried the cash. We checked and we found out that the currency conversion rate is actually much better in here than in Thailand. Considering all the scenarios, we decided that convert Indian rupees here and we will carry the Thai cash. So next comes the visa. Here you can first arrange for the visa, like we normally do. Like you apply for visa in the office and then you get it, and then you just take your passport and you can go. Or you can apply for a visa on arrival, or VOA. So visa on arrival was waived when we visited, so it was free. So that's why of course we opted for that, but you have to check if it is still free whenever you are trying to visit the country. But it was said as per the documents that it would be 2,000 Thai baht per person given the current condition. I don't know what is the current rule or what is the rule going to be, so we will have check for ourselves. So yes, that was visa on arrival or the visa process. So the next process is your communication once you reach Thailand. That is, you need a Thai SIM card. Not only to communicate within yourselves or with your family, but also if you want to, like I said before, if you want to achieve the lockbox facility or anything, or also in the hotel, you might need to give your local phone number. It's safe to give your local phone number so that anyone can contact you, right? So yeah, so we didn't look for much options. So we went for the AIS SIM. Also, one more thing, when you were boarding the plane from India, so what happened for us is that some people were coming up with like, ma'am, you need this SIM card first for your documents, immigration, everything. No, you don't need a SIM card first. So you can go to Thailand, complete all your immigration procedure, and then get a SIM card for yourself. You don't need a SIM card for immigration. So that is one thing I want you to keep in mind. We got the AIS SIM for 180 Thai baht. It was for 7 days and they offered free internet. So yeah, you can check that. Okay, so next comes the flight details. So I just want to tell you that when we researched, we found out that flights from Kolkata is the cheapest. So if you can come to Kolkata first, if it is cheaper in your budget, you can opt for that. Actually, we booked the flights quite long ago. So it was almost like 3 months before. We usually do that. We research for a whole lot of time and then we book our flights. So we got pretty cheap flights in around 7,000 or 8,000. I will post the screenshots here. You can check for yourself. So yeah, it was pretty cheap, I would say. So that was per person, and if you book return flight, I guess that will be much cheaper. So you can check for that. So in planning, after checking the flights and booking your flights comes the transportation cost. So if you are taking like 20,000 Thai baht, you should be able to cover everything. I just want to say that Bangkok is very well interconnected city. So from airport you don't need to take any taxi or anything. You can directly go down to the basement and take the airport rail link, and the airport rail link is interconnected with the BTS or MRT stations. So I will put down the maps here for the airport rail link, where it is connected with BTS and where it is connected with MRT. So it is pretty well interconnected. You can take all your luggage, you can board the airport rail link. It's pretty convenient and clean. You will actually like it. Plus if you take taxis, you must remember that traffic in Bangkok is very bad. Nobody will honk at anyone, everyone will patiently wait, but there is a wait time. One more transportation option is available there, the Chao Phraya River. So you can visit the popular tourist destinations, the Royal Palace or everything in the Chao Phraya river boat. You can get the tourist boat for a whole day. And also if you want to take the tuk-tuk, you must remember that tuk-tuks are sometimes even more expensive than the taxis. So yeah, you need to keep that in mind. Okay, so I understand it's getting a little too bit much information. You need to do this much of planning, for a small budget trip. So next in your planning process comes your hotels and hostels. So in Bangkok, we have actually lived in both in hotel and hostels. In hostel, you will get free Wi-Fi, you will get a public toilet, and you will get a double bedroom or dormitory style room, whatever you prefer, and it is actually very clean. I like the hostel much more than the hotel. But if you want to relax and just in your hotel room, you want to lean back in a chair with a cup of coffee and you want to enjoy the view, then definitely you need to go for a hotel. So hotels and hostels both are actually available in a much cheaper rate as well as expensive rate. We stayed in a place where in Bangkok we were connected with the MRT station, and it was just like 1 minute walk from our hotel. And in Pattaya also we stayed in a Airbnb facility, and they offered the whole flat to us, and it was royal. So the Airbnb hotel information will be up here. You can click on the link and you can check it for yourself. Now we are down to the basic necessities, that is the food. So the breakfast is almost available with every hotel or hostel. So whenever you book a hotel or hostel, you are supposed to get the breakfast for free. Just check for yourself in the hotel description or link wherever you are booking. If you get a breakfast with hotel, that is definitely a better option. And then it comes to your snacking and your lunch and your dinner. Here and there you will find markets where you can find good street food. So lot of street food varieties are available. You can even get rice and chicken and also some small pancakes. Those are very delicious. So street food is just too good in Thailand. You have to check that out. So food is not actually much expensive in there, unless you go for the high-end restaurant thing. But I think if you are traveling in a budget, you will not do that. It is very safe. You can safely go to a street food vendor shop and just get anything that you want. Yeah, then comes the fun part, that is your shopping. Honestly, when it comes to shopping, I do not go impulsive on that. Before I go to shopping, I actually keep a separate amount of money that this is 1000 and I will just spend within this 1000. That is my personal opinion. What my tip is that if you are just taking 20,000 but then you have to keep in mind that to visit the Royal Palace and also like the Sanctuary of Truth, these are the places that require the most money. Yes, also the Ocean Aquarium, that was also a high-end budget. You have to check the prices whenever you are visiting there. But shopping is not very expensive there. If you go to the Chatuchak market or any other night markets, you can actually get a very, very good deal. You need to have a good sense of bargain. And then comes the fact that everyone wants to know the liquor price. So I did not buy any liquor or anything, but what I have checked in the restaurant is that the price is obviously not cheap. In India I have found that it is much cheaper, so the pocket pinch is going to be a little bit larger than in India. Yeah, that is all for our planning. I think with all these tips and all these informations, you can now safely plan for your trip. Given the current condition, I know you cannot currently go anywhere, but like I said, I planned for this trip like 3 months back, and then I booked the travel flight tickets in advance. So you can actually begin your research here. So yeah, hopefully you liked the video. If you enjoyed it, please share it with your friends, and please do subscribe to the channel if you didn't already. Thank you and bye bye.